Can anybody see that squirrel? That's a squirrel. Centre of shot. It's sitting munching a flour tortilla. You can just and so make it out. It's sitting with its back to us, and that I wish I could stop shaking. Bacon roll, just what you need at this time of the day, or at any time of the day really. I would eat a bacon roll at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I would eat a bacon roll any time.
Yeah. That's us both packed away now. Just about to hit the path. Try and find a nice place for tonight. Really good camp here for this night, and yeah, had a good one. Well, we just stopped off at the riverbank camp. Been here for a wee bit, sitting having a chat and sort of deciding what we're going to do. And as you can probably hear, it's pretty windy, so we've decided we're going to shift off up through the second woodland. Maybe go and visit the moss camp on the way. Yeah, so that's the plan. John's just reorganising his bag. It's a really windy little spot here on the riverbank. Bird's nest. So as you probably just saw, we're at the moss camp. It's a lot less windy up here. And there's a place to hang your bag. That's me, got my hammock set up now. Got the bug net up to keep any wee beasties out. Here's a word of warning for anybody who's got nice, expensive equipment. Don't smoke in it. Yep, fag burn hole in my my bug net. Not too impressed with myself, but I'm trying to fix it up. I'm going to try and fix it up at some point. Yeah, everybody needs to practice their knife safety every now and again. Just nicked into the side of my finger while batoning some kindling. Nothing major. Had way worse injuries out at camp before. Just gonna carry on doing what I was doing.
half of the logs. Tim's new nickname is Fingers. Creaks the leg in. The funny thing is, though, if I didn't carry a first aid kit, that'd be the very time that I cut myself.
Yeah.
So I always just carry it as standard in my bag now everywhere.
My first aid kit is bare. It's got like 2 plasters in it and half a bandage.
You know, mine's big enough for like a group, isn't it really?
Yeah, it's big enough for a whole
Trauma
load of
pads
people.
and a lot on it.
John's just been showing me, I noticed a fern was growing out of the moss shelter, and he said to come round and have a look at the back, and there's new life growing out of it all over the place.
It's amazing, like it's
little purple flowers and
ivy. Once the ivy weaves through it there, look. Once the ivy weaves through that moss, it's going to be so, it's just going to last for years. And considering it's what, almost 5-6 months since we mossed it, and the back of that you can see how green it is.
Things growing out of it all over the place.
It's pretty awesome. Very green and lush. There's a fern grown over there.
Yeah.
An ivy grown on it.
It's a proper living structure.
Right?
Yeah, it's really nice. John's off doing his monkey man thing again. Gathering lots of nice dry dead wood. Hi John. Can barely notice you up there, you know. Like when you just look at all of the woods in front of you, you fairly blend in. Big bit of salmon for lunch. Wrapping her up. Got a big bed of nice hot embers in there for it. Cook it off in no time. Aye, so that'll not be long and then it'll be lunchtime, which I'm pretty sure we're both quite ready for.
Yeah.
Just got my tarp set up. Used my my walking stick that I made earlier on to prop the middle up. Yeah, yeah.
Cheers.
But aye, get a nice view out from in there, and a good bit of wind cover as well. My nose is telling me that salmon is ready.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Cherry tomatoes now.
Nice. I do enjoy a good salmon salad.
There we have it. Nice cherry tomatoes and mixed lettuce leaves and salmon. And I've got some nice Caesar dressing. For some reason I like Caesar dressing with salad and
nice.
Salmon.
It is nice.
I do like it.
Look at that for a spider's web. Loads of them in this tree. Just like gathered all the leaves together.
Oh, look at this one too. Size of that. Now they see through it.
Wow,
It's a bird that jumped on the skin.
that is a big one.
Oh nah. That's a caterpillar, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Mad. Proper spidery tree.
I think it's caterpillars, you know.
Just looking at all the wild honeysuckle blossom and smelling it as well. Smells fantastic. And it's quite high up as well, like those are the dog roses there. And then that blossom there, that's honeysuckle. That's quite a distance up. There's one of the flowers of it there. Smells fantastic, really does. And back in focus. I would just run a big wander up to the top of this banking. Doesn't look as steep as it is. See John over there. Well, this is what we've been up to for the last while. I don't actually think I've brought you any footage of what we've been up to. We've been down the landslide, gathered loads of clay. We brought up 2 big carrier bags full of the stuff. We're building a little kiln. Well, there it is now. The fire's going nicely in it. Got a good amount of embers in there, and it proper roars when you waft the. Sorry, I have my finger in the way there. Yeah, saved me shaking. That is awesome. Whoa. Whoa. That is so good. Imagine that when it's funneled up to about here with like a shelf dividing it off so we can put things into awesome. To cure them off. Now we've just pulled the fire out of it. It's you know, setting through to the outside in quite a lot of places. Round that side starting to dry off.
Look at it, it's like
and it's still steaming. The base has cracked up a little bit, but
just fill that in.
Yeah, we've got loads of clay, just gonna stick it into the cracks,
basically
add a couple layers on and then fire it up again. Well, that's our next layer on it. Let me try to get the brightness a bit better. We've put feet into it so we'll be able to set a shelf down into the bottom of it.
Oh, coffee.
Oh, never mind. So I've currently been over there firing the kiln, the little furnace thing, and that's going really well. It's starting to dry out all the way around the sides. And while I've been doing that, John started off the pork on the spit roast, getting it all golden before he wraps it up. It's looking mighty nice. I'm proper chuffed with that, like.
It's well spot. Put it on top of the tent pegs, and yeah, we'll put holes in it too, so that when we do stuff on it, it's going to be brilliant.
It's going to let all the heat up through it.
Is it?
That's amazing. I'm so chuffed with what
Look, those thinner bits are going white already.
Wow. We had a bit glowing earlier on. There was a shard that came off.
This one here, it was white hot.
Yeah, it
like
was
literally red.
glowing, which is exactly what we need. Well, we've got our shelf made now.
It is completely awesome, like, and red hot. I mean, just...
Yeah. It's very solid.
And again, I'll do that.
And that shelf fits in there so nicely.
I'll just do this bit for you.
Absolutely shoots fire over there. Some serious heat.
Brilliantly.
Well, we had a little malfunction. The first shelf cracked, but John's on making another one. Make it a bit thicker, but work the clay better so that it forms into a finer structure, because as you can see there, it's quite layered. But back to the drawing board. It's all still enjoyable learning experience. And there's our second attempt. Just going to leave it be this time and let it cure out from one side up.
Off is rock solid. Zebra cannon. And then over here coming through.
I'm so happy with this. It's great. No, I found a mouse. Well, we went on another mission, got more clay, and we've added another chimney section onto it. Firing off nicely. I had a little panic when I got back from getting clay. This homemade sheath that I'm using for my knife at the moment had failed on me, and I had no knife on my belt, which was a bit of a worrying one, but luckily I went back, retraced my steps, and it was on the path. There we have it. Nice dinner, veg and gravy and Yorkshires. Nice. That's me in my hammock now. More than ready for a good sleep. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Been at it a long while. Had a good meal. Anyway, I'll catch up with you in the morning.